and and so as an introduction to anyone who's watching this as well, is I've just been like a little bit mini obsessed about like potential errata. If you've watched the tier list for our wave one tier list, we mentioned some cards that we think are under the curve, or even a few that are above. That just if those were changed, that would be a massive benefit to the deck. So I have listed out here like everything that I've implemented in this tabletop simulator mod. So things like Eater +4 health, it's pretty sexy. Freeze in the move phase, blinding ferret flare at 0. Vexer recommends this one. I'm not, I haven't actually tested it yet, so I don't know how that one goes. Blast at 0, hand cannon, ranged only, super awesome. Abua at 4 with starting setup change seems pretty good. Two that are interesting is Gul-Dass at 10. +2 health is incredibly powerful. It's kind of like giving him +2/+2. Might be too much. Is also an option for +9. Elut-Bal doing a bit of damage when he's summoned. It's a bit more surprising. That's fun. I feel like champion buffs are the right way to go for Ret. Okay, and then we have a bajillion possible changes for Sarah here. Let's talk about the options briefly. I think these are my two favorite changes to the deck. Two costs 3/5, 3 cost 2/5 Jacob, 5 cost 2/8 Valna. It's possible this Valna is too good, but 5 cost 2/7 just feels so squishy. I'm kind of worried about that. Maybe it would be fine though. I don't know. Like you'll give me your thoughts later. The sort of the issue is mass heal at 0 cost. I think is very good. And again, I'll be curious for your feedback on this later, Vexer. But like, I think if you did mass heal at 0 cost and you have this like 2 cost 2/4 that is a Citadel Archer that's at max, had just maxed out at +2. I think this deck might even be too good, so I might keep mass heal at 1 in that case. But what I'm most interested in having you see is this deck. Is this deck right here? So Valna at 5 cost 2/8, Jacob 2 cost 3/5 0 cost mass heal, and 2 cost 2/3 Citadel Archer. I think is very interesting. I'm curious what you think of it. But we have other options too. 2 cost 2/4 max +2 strength. Also 1 cost 1/3. I think any of these three would like probably work fine enough.
Yeah, let's go with the 2/3 because yeah, 2/4 it would easily be attacking for 4. Like it's really not hard to just drop like a couple of things, and at that
Yeah.
point you're just making it at least like the border archer, which is one of the best range units, and the border archer really is limited. Like you get the 4 range, but this guy like it would be easy to be attacking for 5 and 6 every now and then. So that would definitely be too much for
Yeah.
a unit that has 4 health, right? Like they're not going to be killing in that turn, so getting a few 5/6 would probably be busted. But
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
well,
And
that
so,
extra version has the limit on +2, right? But yeah, that's so
yeah, +2.
maybe
That
that one
yes.
is maybe that one is like strong, but like not too strong. Like it would still be one of the best, a solid range unit at least, right? Like you probably have a bigger cost there than what the border archer have, in which is just a single like you don't move with like giving one
Yeah.
of your moves. But I guess it would be harder to implement. We can check the version with 2/3 to see if they would benefit for still having like some surges of like 5/6 attacks
Yeah.
ranged.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think 2 cost 2/4 max 2 is, yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head that it would probably be fine, but still like one of the best ranged units in the game. So like, and it would require a text change. So yeah, let's try the 2/3.
Yeah,
I'm just curious what you think,
and you
but
know
coming with an open mind. Like if you think it's dog shit, I want to
yeah,
know.
yeah, the and you know the 2/4. Like if I could pick anything right now, let's say that oh yeah, this doesn't need to be changed. It's a brand new deck. I would
Yeah,
probably start with 2/4 because if you think about this, the fact that you have to discard it means that you cannot play the 4 of them, right? Like with the border archers, you can actually play the 5 of them, and that's what you try to do. So
yeah,
you would most games really be playing 2 of them before they
yeah,
become really bad. So
yeah,
I think having 2 units that are allow you to be attacking for 4 a couple times, like you might be getting 4 attacks of that type on that, like the average could be that. So
yeah,
that's would totally not be busted. Like think about the archer, like those archers, you're getting like at least 6, 7, 8 of those in the games with Savannah Elves, and yeah, they're super strong. But this would be like half of that or less,
Yeah,
so it
yeah,
wouldn't really be busted. So, but the thing is that that would be a complete change of the abilities. So I guess we can try it right now just with 2-3 and see how it plays out, how it feels that way. It would be playing well with Jacob. Like it would give you another strategy for
yeah. It seems interesting,
matches in
doesn't it?
which they're going to be avoiding you, and you can commit to discarding heavily with those because they would be playing out with Jacob afterwards, which could be attacking for like 5-6 if you really commit to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm curious. I'm yet to like make the Jacob strategy work in a game, but like at 3 cost 2/5, surely he's playable. Like surely if this Jacob is bad, he is doomed for the dumpster because this Jacob is so statted. Um okay, what do you think would be any faction in particular you want to face the vanguards? You want to have face them?
We could do one of those that really abuse the lack of reachability of movement from the vanguards by just removing targets. I was thinking of, for example, playing against shadow elves is extremely frustrating. Like unless you're trying to
Yeah.
rush them just to choke them like so many spots and do something like that, uh, they make things really hard. I guess another one could be sand goblins, similar to that, in which they can just be removing targets, just to see if it opens up some ranged options. I guess the shallow elves are probably a bit of a pain to move around in this thing with all the boosts. Not sure how easy or how used you are to bring
Um
all the boosts,
I
if it's
I
really cumbersome.
can I can make it work for the most. There's one thing that I'll do that would be a little bit silly, but I can make it work for the most part. And yeah,
What do you
I'm
think
happy
of
to do
those? Like, do you
either.
think those would be good options, or do you think
Yeah,
there's
it's
one?
definitely it's like it's definitely running before you running before you walk sort of thing because that seems like the tough matchups for vanguards. But yeah, no, I'm happy to do either. And
Yeah, because I was thinking like it would be good to do a matchup in which their melee tools are not really what you would want to do traditionally, or what you would be able to just rely on. If we play a matchup in which they would still prefer to just use the paladin and the knight, we might not
yeah,
really be getting a
no,
good
that
use
makes
for them.
sense. That makes sense. Yeah, which one? I'll let you decide. Which one do you think will be more
It's
interesting?
supposed to be the Shadow. Well, I think that's one of the worst matchups for the
All right,
Vanguards.
we will. And you know,
So
if the game's quick, then maybe we'll have time for another.
yeah,
Um,
and it would definitely be a matchup in which they would need to use, I think, the range unit a
which is
bit.
yeah. That is the right starting setup. Okay, sweet. Let me just get the camera set up here. So I think what would be the best way to do this, and you might disagree, is that even so I think we'll both kind of be playing both sides.
Mhm.
Because we'll see both hands. I think it would be best to have one person like still be the captain on deck of each faction.
Yeah,
Just
I
because
think
like yeah, so like the other person's welcome to say things, but the one person will be ultimately responsible. Do you want to take charge of vanguards?
yeah, yeah, that's good. That makes sense. Just to have someone have the final say in case that there's disagreements.
Yeah,
But yeah, it would make sense for like testing purposes to try to see if there's a consensus that we can reach on what's the optimal, the ideal move without knowing what the other player has, right? Without using
yeah.
the knowledge that we can see the hands.
Yeah, I think it's good too because sometimes I mean I've been playing a lot of games against myself and I don't know I sometimes find for testing purposes like the turns don't need to be perfect. They just I mean I've been playing very fast turns when I'm playing against myself and we can do slower, but like it's you can get a pretty good sense of a deck's power even if you're like just playing quickly. So we can
Mhm.
do that as well. Okay, yep, I think
Okay, so
all should be ready to go.
the cards and everything there, yeah, you already have
Yep.
the versions we
Yep.
talked
So
about.
have you played Summoner Wars in person? I'm just curious.
Just a couple times, like I think only twice, or yeah,
Yeah,
like 2 times.
gotcha. So it might be a little bit for me. I've played it a fair bit, so this is tons of fun getting back to like putting the tokens on the cards and stuff. That can be a bit jarring if you've never seen it. Okay, what I love to do. So if I'll be sitting here as the Shadow player, I'll say if I'm gonna roll one dice, a sword and a bow is on 3 of the 6 sides. So if the sword and the bow side comes off up, then the vanguards will go first.
Well, I was gonna
Well,
tell you, why don't we just make the
oh, okay.
elves go first, because that's the situation in which the
You are
vanguard wouldn't be able
asking
to
for
just
it.
go.
You are asking. It's so bad. The Vanguard starting setup is so bad. Like any faction that could occupy this forward gate, like the Vanguards just don't have an answer to that. It's so bad for them. It's
Yeah,
so
and I
bad.
was thinking of otherwise, like if the vanguards are able to start like just going forward ahead, like they have a better chance of just denying those summoning spots and all that stuff.
All right. Well, I'll be sure to throw as the Shadow Elves to give you any sort of chance here. Yeah, immediately drew 6 cards. Good job. All right, I will get started then. So this is magic. This is magic. Yeah, we have 2 magic. Opponent is 3. Deck discard. This will be interesting too because I'm guessing we have different ways of playing Shadow Elves.
Yeah, here, but in here, I mean, what are you thinking? Like the mage, you want to take the chance to try to kill the 2/2, right? That's
Um, yeah, you think expose the mage? It's I mean it does suck if a Citadel Archer just like one shots it. I kind of like to have the mage going at the gate. I'm thinking a Sage Ranger is just going up to this gate is like my big thing to
yeah,
occupy
yeah,
that.
exactly. One sage ranger occupying the front spot, and then
Um,
I would just do the mage going to the trying to kill the priest. Because it's hard still to kill the mage in one shot. Like even if the archer comes out, like they
yeah,
would need to be dropping like 4 cards to have like the odds in their favor of getting the
yeah,
kill.
gotcha.
So I mean, I wouldn't
I'm
be
s-
terrified of
yeah,
that.
I'm sad not to like farm the gate this turn. I love to farm the gate. But I
Yeah,
will.
but I like to like when I'm farming, like have a decent target that is worthwhile, like killing something or damaging something.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So yeah, that seems to like what would be
Yep.
the
That
best play
seems
there,
pretty
because
decent.
it's not worth, I guess, doing the Into the Darkness right now. Like you have the units to attack like full range, so probably good enough to
Um,
just do the 2 attacks there and the other one
yeah.
on the
I guess we can
on
move
the.
Cylinder here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, just to use the third move,
Yeah.
just to have him in a more
Okay.
central position.
Happy for
Okay,
attacks here.
yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
All right. So let's do Shadow Mage on Sit Temple Priest. Kills it. We'll just do face up discard piles because there's no reason not to.
Yeah.
Um, we'll do Sage Ranger on Citadel Knight, and I'll just do the other Sage Ranger on the Citadel Knight while we're at it. Wow, that is how it goes.
One.
Discards here are a little bit tough. I would drop the Sage Ranger. I don't know. I might even drop the Glinting just because I'm worried
Yeah,
about
the
temping.
glinting, you don't have a use for it right now. Like you're not even close to having a situation. So yeah, Into the Darkness is good on this one because you're just gonna get the benefit of bouncing
Yeah,
like a 2 magic unit. And Donix, no reason to drop it. Like you have enough
yeah.
magic there.
Good to drop the Ranger though as well.
Yeah, the Ranger right now, it's not a good unit in this matchup because they have a lot of high health, and
Yeah,
we're not close to any assassination type of
yeah.
potential. So
All right. Well, that is the end of that turn. We'll flip it over. All right. I'll let you take the lead here.
okay, so let's see. Ooh, both mass heals
Good
right now.
fucking luck.
That's yeah, that's
That's
not a good
awful.
hand. Boy. So I guess not even want to. So we could have Sarah pull out an attack, want to, but then yeah, she gets
There's nothing to
exposed.
reclaim
Uh,
as well in the pile.
There's nothing. What?
There's nothing to reclaim in the
Oh yeah, they
pile.
haven't killed anything. They haven't killed
Yeah.
anything. Yeah, no. And against this faction, like getting exposed that way so soon, it's not a good idea. So yeah, I guess we'll have to just go for the kill on one of the rangers. We can play. We can even play both and blow both priests and try to kill like with a ranger. But there's no point in really just damaging for two the other ranger
Yeah.
and just giving them like food with the 2 temple priests. So
Yeah.
maybe just one priest to try to kill the unit that is on the front.
Yep.
and that's it. Really, just repositioning Sarah to be closer to being able to attack something the next turn. Yes,
Yep.
just one move to the front because just having like in this matchup because of the Into the Darkness, it's not even like you feel safe being in the position behind the knight as it's
Yeah.
within the range of the three spaces. So it might really just be that at this point.
Yep. This is what I would do as well. Two attacks on the ranger in the front gate.
Yeah, just try to get the magic and get the
Yep. I'll just roll all four at once.
just roll all four. Yeah.
We did it. Good job. And then okay, so play guarding. I I don't know
So
about discards here. Yeah.
and then think about like play guarding. What exactly is it doing for us? Like, what's
Interesting. You
likely that
wouldn't?
they'll do is position that gate, like take that gate spot again. And the difference would be that they would need to, if they want to kill the priest, like use both attacks there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like they could still do the two damage, the two attacks on the knight. So not sure if like I would feel I'm getting a lot of value, like enough value out of
Yeah.
the guardian spirits. I
It's a
mean,
little
too
bit
bad.
nice to
Like
get it out of our hand. Yeah.
the mass heal, like would we discard both? At least one has to be discarded.
I agree.
Yeah, I guess let's keep the other one just to see if we can at zero costs. Like we might be able to get some value out of the other one.
Discard the priest.
Yes, the temple priest. Yeah, like no, it's not the type of card we want in this situation. And the guardian spirits. It's one of those like we might just use it really. Otherwise, like I wouldn't want to hold it because
Yeah.
we want to get at least 2 units. So we would rather just play it and get the knight to survive or get the other guy to survive. So at least we guarantee that 1 unit is going to survive.
That's that's where I am too. Just because, especially turn one, we want to cycle our hand a bit. I think holding the
Exactly.
mass
Yeah.
heal might work. Might be wrong. Yeah.
Let's hold it just to see because at zero, like there might be like we know that knight might survive. Like if the
Yeah.
other player chooses to just finish off the priest or so we know we might have some damage units, and we want to
Yep.
see if at zero it's something that it's not that hard to get value as long as you get like three life. You already feel like yeah, I get some value out of it.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, I'll
Yeah.
swap back to the other side. And all right, here's our hand.
All right. So with this, let's see what will be the best option. I guess like the premium target would be the knight, right? Like we need to attack twice, and like whatever we attack, it needs to attack. So seems like it would be the ranger with the first attack, and then trying to finish it off with a seeker.
Yep. I'm with you. Um,
Yeah, and then the mage just like attacking the priest. It seems like this would be a
you
straightforward decision.
summon another mage to farm the gate, or no?
Yeah, that's true. We have the available move, so we would want to use that for start creating
You know.
boosts. And I guess yeah, it would definitely have to be on the side just to not expose it to like an archer. Well, I mean, we also have the other one on the other side, so we could even do it actually the farming on the side gate because think about it, like what's the risk there? I guess it could be
Yeah.
if they move the knight. Like the archer is not an issue because we also have already a mage exposed to an archer, and it's not like they can play both archers and discard for both. So having it on the side allows us to then be able to take the front gate for an attack, so that it's a meaningful mage at least, or attacking
I
purpose.
see. I see.
Otherwise,
I see.
it wouldn't be able
Yes.
to attack next turn.
I see. So yeah, so you would just do this. So we missed out on that attack, but that's not a big deal. Yeah, I'm fine with
Oh
this.
wait. No, but I was thinking now that like the mage that is there, try to kill the
Oh,
well,
okay.
actually just
Same
attack
thing.
the priest. Or well, think
Yeah.
about it. Like we would be sending it to one life. Is that even worthwhile? Like, does that even give us anything? But yeah, I was
Yeah.
thinking of the second mage farming on the side so that he's ready to attack the next turn.
Yeah, so like this on board right now.
Yeah, that would be like a good play. I mean, in there, I guess it's worth attacking the priest, just leaving it at 1 life so that anything can kill it afterwards. If they send something forward to attack that mage, then they are exposing it to a Selundar attack. Like Selundar being one behind,
Yeah,
one on the back next turn, would allow him to like be attacking from relative safety.
yeah. I think honestly might, I don't know. I might slightly prefer just like the other play where it's like this, because then we can bounce the seeker if they whiff on it. But it doesn't make a big difference. Um, I don't really care
Yeah,
about
like
attacking
you
for
think
one here.
that's a good point. Like maybe it's really even not worth attacking for one that dude
Yeah,
because it's likely that whatever we attack you with, it's gonna kill him next turn. So yeah,
that's kind of
that'll
how I
be
feel.
Good just to save some magic for something more
Yeah,
meaningful.
yeah.
And then yeah, as you
Um,
say, have the potential for
yeah. Oh, okay, so here is here's where, oh my goodness. Nope. Where things get a little bit. How do I remove this? What did I just do? Okay, here's where things get a little bit janky. Is I have not gotten a blue boost counter yet, so I'm just going to use this damage counter as a boost counter for cylinder, and it's going to be right in this top
okay,
right corner. So the
okay.
damage counter in the top right corner is boost, but I can set this to any number, so that'll be really easy.
So that blue thing is not for boosts.
It is for boost, but you can't set numbers on them. I need to like fix it.
Oh yeah, no,
This is super
that's
annoying.
no, that's
uh,
super annoying. We don't want to
yeah,
do that. Yeah,
I think I can implement a blue one of these pretty easily. I just haven't gotten around to it. Um,
got it. Got
so the one on the top right is going to be boost. It's annoying, but and then everything else
it.
will be damage. Okay, good with this.
All right. Yeah, let's do this.
All right. So I guess Sage Ranger will attack the knight.
Yeah.
For
One,
one.
and
Could
then
only
just
do one
throw blue.
anyway. Seeker
Yeah.
attacks the knight, and we killed it. Good job. And then we could attack our own gate with the mage, I realize.
Uh, would you like? I usually don't like attacking with for 3 the gate. Well, I guess in this situation that could be
Yeah, I think it's.
yeah,
I usually don't as well, but against.
because we're low on boosts, so and
Yeah,
we have the
I would
front
do it.
gate protected. So yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead and do it. What's the worst that can happen?
that's
Rearrange.
the worst that can
That
happen.
was a horrible attack, man.
Okie dokie, and discards. I might
Uh,
drop this mage. You don't really need to play all your mages, in my opinion, but
Yeah, you can
I disagree.
drop it just to cycle the deck, just get it flowing. We
Yep.
want like that extra gate.
Yep. All right. All good with that.
Okay, all good. Yeah, and Cylinder has 2 boosts.
That is correct. Thank you very much.
Mhm.
All right. Wow. Cannot really roll. I mean, well, here's 5 cost Valna. You lead the way here.
But like even the thing with Valna is that you also need to have like units around. That's what makes it hard. So
Yeah.
even at 5, like she's still gonna be situational, which is okay. Like, but she's playable now, right? Like just with 2 units around, like you bring her down and do
Yeah.
something. Oh boy. So yeah, this is not good. So.
In some matchups, I found like sometimes I'll just play Valna and like keep her in the back, so I just to have guidance and then back her up later. But this is not a great situation for really anything.
Yeah. Oh boy, this hard. What do we do here? Like it's just I guess we can still trying to go after that front gate, but the thing is that it's easy for them to just keep taking it over, and we don't have anything to really. I mean, we cannot send Valna there. Like she would be super. Whatever we send in that position is just super exposed.
Exactly.
And I guess the archer is really the only option. We cannot send Colleen either.
Yeah.
So we cannot just expose, we cannot attack with Sarah right now. It would be super dangerous in this matchup.
Yeah.
without some knights to at least try to protect from a seeker or something.
Yeah.
So let's see. We can do on the right side the archer. No, but then Salundar can just eat it up. So seems like really having the archer. The thing is with the archer, I mean, we'll have to drop Valna at least. We
Yeah. Well,
cannot
we
keep
can't.
both champions. Like if we want to keep
Yeah.
Colleen, which I would say like we can try. So I
Yeah.
guess like probably just going after the seeker, right? Like it's always good. It's a better
Yeah.
target than the other guy. Let's just go and kill that seeker.
Okay.
And actually, I was thinking on the other side so that we're
Oh, I see.
protecting at least
Yeah.
that summoning spot there, and it's outside of the range for of Selundar.
Um, yep. Sounds good. So just hit it like this.
Yeah, and really that's it. I mean, just trying to at least get the.
Yeah.
So I guess we don't even. Well, I mean, we need to attack with Valna because we would discard her either way. So yeah, just attack with a priest, and then attack and discard Valna. Just
Yeah. Let's see what we get with the priest first. Yeah, this is tough because I really feel like we want to like we need to like cycle our hand to draw a gate because like we need to advance at some point. We need to find a way to advance. Um, we
yeah.
need to find
I
a way
mean,
to
at
take
this
this
point,
gate
I
spot
guess
back.
let's just discard the mass heal
Yeah.
at the end too, and we can just keep Colleen
Okay.
as she's the only way really to win. Sometimes there's matchups in which you don't really have a good chance.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so we got
yes,
one damage on the seeker, so yeah, still just want to discard one, go for the three on two.
yeah, yeah. Like, would you discard Colleen? Like she's kind of the
Um,
key to winning when you have like a tough
I
matchup.
I might. I mean, I'm not sure how. I mean, the fact that Valna isn't in the deck, I think Valna is a new like great champ. So I think discarding Colleen and going for Valna instead is totally viable. But we have just dropped Valna. And
Well,
maybe
the
this
thing
matchup,
is,
yeah.
because if we keep Balna, like for her to even do something, we would need to
No,
be able to
I'm with you.
play
We can't really hold
play at
her. I'm with
least two
you.
units afterward. Like if we only play one, she would be pretty meh. Like it not really do something significant. Maybe not even be able to one shot one of the
Yeah.
sages or seekers. So yeah,
Yeah.
and
No,
then we would
it's
just finish the turn with Colleen.
yeah. Um, yeah, sounds good. I might drop her just because I'd be like, fuck it, let's hope that tempo can do something. But it's probably the smarter play to keep her to have that as a win condition. um, so it does mean we get less cards. So yeah, just three
I
dice on
mean,
the seeker.
we can keep Valna just for the purpose of testing her, see if because we're going to be drawing
Okay.
4 cards,
Yeah.
so we could really draw at least one unit and the renewed hope or something to bring like having. And I think we're gonna have enough magic. We have 5 already,
Yeah. So we'll
so
have
we're
7.
gonna discard 5, 6, 7. So 5. Did you already count the one from the
I've
discard?
already counted the one from discarding Colleen. So we'll
So
go to 7 by
5,
the
we're
end of the
gonna have
turn.
6, 7. So we're anticipating at least 7. So that gives us two. So with a renewed hope, we could make the play. So yeah, let's discard Colleen because we're testing it, right? And we're
Yep.
so let's go ahead and roll.
Hey, we got it. It's
Do
dead.
you feel in the real client that the archers roll like a crazy amount of just like the only melee dice? Like I don't know if it's me. Like every time I watch replays or play those Citadel archers, I get like a crazy amount of like mostly melee. Like they whiff 0.5, like 1.5, like 0.4s, like those type of
It
rolls
really
with the
does feel like it. No,
right. Don't you feel
like
that like
I feel like because you're always just paying attention to the Citadel Archer's attacks, you're like, oh my goodness, a Citadel Archer's a hit attacking for 5. This is gonna be crazy, and then it does 1 damage. It just
yeah,
feels even
I
worse.
always have like feel like man, there's might be some coding error on the back end that make them whiff all the time. It doesn't matter how big I make it.
Yeah, I don't see how that possibly could be a thing because like random number Generators are pretty easy to
Yeah, like
kill.
it would be, but it's so weird. And even when
Yeah.
I'm watching replays of other people, like they just go big and always with, like most of the time. So, did you discard? Did you play the? Okay, you play the
Yeah,
other thing, right?
I
So,
just played the spirits. Yeah,
yeah,
you good with
that's
that?
good. So, hoping that, well, I mean, they're still probably gonna kill it, but guess. Wait, would it be actually? It might be better to because I mean they're gonna kill the archer, either
Yeah.
way, one or two attacks. So, and we need two citadel units. So getting the magic for it makes it easier for us to have 9 magic with a renewed hope to be able to play Valna, play a unit, and then also play another one with a renewed hope during the game after killing one thing.
Okay. Sure.
Like the guardian spirit right now won't really do much. Like the archer will still be dead, and the only difference is that we'll end up with a priest, which is useless still, like with a one. Like it won't do
Yeah,
much.
that
So
sounds fine.
yeah, let's just
Okay.
go for the magic. Try to have the play for 2 citadel units and Valna next turn.
Sounds good. Well, Shadow Elf's got a gate. Um, it's funny, yeah, I
All
don't do
right.
this play very much where I move the mage up to damage the enemy gate. I'm more about staying back, but makes some sense. Um,
Well, in here now, the mage would want to attack the priest to try to kill it, and then you could do another mage on the front spot, use the sage to cover the front gate,
yeah,
and then with the 5 range, you have like the odds in your favor of killing that one.
yeah. We could do a seeker as well. I mean, and I'd probably
Yeah, but
leave it there to hold the spot.
the thing is, the seeker, I would prefer to use it for something bigger, like the knights, which are usually in this matchup showing up a lot,
Yeah,
and that way the you can keep farming, like farming the boost economy, because with 5 range, like the odds are in your favor, like 70 something or 80, I
yeah,
believe. So
yeah. That's fair. I
uh,
don't love
I would
throwing a
prefer to
two
keep
cost
the
unit.
boost for the big units.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't
The
love throwing
seeker
the two
would be
cost unit in like harm's way here. But I'm fine with
well,
it.
but what harm is Wade? Like he would be exposed in a single flank. Like that's as
That's
good
true.
as it gets.
That's true.
Like
Okay.
they're not gonna kill it. That's unlikely that they're gonna kill it. So that's where you want to be with that one.
So we can go here, here,
And the
damage.
seeker, yeah, because the seeker you wouldn't want to move it. Like you don't want to give them your front summoning spot.
Yeah.
Because right now, like they are the ones who are in a pretty messed up position. And then yeah, the
Uh,
mage for the other guy.
guess we go there, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That way they can even like go at him with a range, with a melee attack. So
All
no
right,
reason why not.
here's the real discussion. Where are you putting the gate? This is where it gets
Okay,
juicy.
so the gate all the way to the left side to just get the coverage there. On the
Here?
third row, well, let's see. Yeah, third row because they cannot clog it there. I mean, maybe second row if you think you're gonna be trying to keep a distance, right?
Um,
Like, really, it's not like we're gonna go forward at them or anything like that. We're just gonna abuse the fact that they are like they can barely move forward,
yeah, yeah. I think that's
and
I always
that
like the
gives
back
us.
gates. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, because that gives us like all we really need is something that is able to support the side of their front gate where we're going to be putting our unit. So they'll be coming there to try to take that over, and then we just need our unit to be able to go and hit on the side. We don't really need to get above that because that like you need that when you're the one moving forward. If we're not moving forward, the second row is perfect. Like it's harder for them to clog it this way.
Yep, sounds good. And Halo Coffee, we're testing some errata right now. Do you ever do this gate? I would have thought about like yeah, even possibly doing this just to like stay back and
Yeah,
farm the gate.
well, the reason that I wouldn't do that is that you want to cover the side flank, like have the possibility of whatever they bring on that side, they'll be exposed on the flank. So
Yeah,
maybe I would only consider the other one if they already had the third row of that side. Like you wouldn't want to put it there because they could just clog it immediately. So maybe like at that point that's not the best one. But right now with them without any gates, yeah, I would definitely go now. Like now they're in trouble. Like anything they bring on that side, we can just kill it in one
yeah,
turn.
that's fair. Okay, you want two back?
Yeah,
What do you want to do?
second row is good.
Second row.
Yeah, like we don't need
And
third, and that way we're covered whenever they start moving forward. We have more space.
yeah, and quick question in chat: what is errata? Yes, the reason we're playing on Tabletop Simulator today, where instead of the official app, is so we can implement our own cards because we're curious to test slight changes to some of the Vanguard's cards. So you'll see as we go. But say for instance, the Citadel Archer is a 2-cost 2/3. We're testing out our own stuff here just for fun. But yeah, ready to do rolls.
Yeah, well, let's roll. Yeah, so we're
And
testing like what would be a more competitive version of Vanguard. That's the idea.
yeah, yeah. Sage Ranger, or sorry, Shadow Mage on the Citadel Archer, 3 for 3'd it. Good job. We'll do the Shadow Mage on this Temple Priest. Skill issue. Interesting.
Mhm.
I might still consider that Sage Ranger just attacking the gate there. Just to threaten the
Well, no,
pulse.
the Ranger, no, like it was just go for the priest, right? Like the gate is not significant right now hitting that one.
Are you
Like you
sure?
want to get
Because
the kill.
there's a decent chance it only does like there's a greater than 50% chance it only does 1 damage, and if we damage the gate, that's just like they have to play around pulse, and that's annoying for them.
Well, not, but why play around? I mean, they would need to play around if they were at 1, 2, 3 life. Right now,
Yeah.
like the pulse to just deal 1 damage, something that happens all the time. Going for like the 45% shot of getting rid of a unit, it's more valuable than damaging a 10 gate that you know you're not going to be blowing up. And you will eventually have the spare attack or the move from a mage to be damaging for free.
All right, sounds good. Go at the priest. Only one. Told you so. No, I'm kidding. And then I guess we're discarding pulse probably.
Yeah, right now there's no
Uh,
direct use.
Rest of this looks pretty good.
The rest looks good, yeah. Man, it's such a depressing matchup for Vanguard, like having to.
I'm telling you, it's the starting setup. Any faction that can grab the starting setup, because Vanguard's it's just tough for them to need to come back from
Yeah,
that.
but
Did not get the
doesn't that happen with all the matchups that they? Oh, you mean like they should have the knight in front of their gate so that they cannot
just
be.
just just anything in front of the gate. Like I would settle for the priest in front of the gate. Just have that spot occupied because it is not
Most
easy for the Vanguards to
factions,
get it back.
most factions have that, right? Like actually now
Most
that's the
do.
new
Yeah.
norm. Now that I think of that, like only
Yeah.
the first, like I think the elves, the Phoenix elves, and these guys, like they were trying to experiment or something. But I
The
think
the,
all the
the
new stuff,
Phoenix,
it's one of
yeah.
those things. I never think about that because I just say like, well, it is what it is. I mean,
No,
she's
it
but
sucks. The Phoenix elves have guards though, so if the enemy occupies that spot, a guard just pushes it to the side and Miles shoots it. So the Phoenix elves are fine. They can actually do it. Vanguards cannot. It sucks for them.
that's true. Yeah, that's awful. I
And
mean,
it
now
makes
getting
first
out of
turn
this
really swingy.
situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting out of this situation now, it just feels like, yeah, I mean, you don't you don't have until you get your gate to have a way of attacking through the side at least.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Well, I guess let's
You
see
tell
what
me what's up
they
here.
would do.
Yeah.
So okay, we would summon. We'll need to. I mean, Valna right now. Not sure if she's worth it to attack for 3. Probably not that significant. Holy Judgment only applies to commons, so it's better to even play the Paladin to see if the Paladin gets the 4/4/4 on the Mage, and then play the Archer. Oh boy, but the Archer, like having to move forward, like at 3 life, it's super easy to just get killed with one shot on the with a Seeker.
Yeah.
So, you know, maybe Valna on the side of the Ranger, because with this dude survived. If he goes forward to hit the mage, at least while I'm thinking it protects the front so that she doesn't get attacked by Sulandar. But we can also just move it in between the mage and the other dude and the ranger so that
Yeah.
like the priest finishes off whoever doesn't get finished off. The
Um,
thing is, if we put Valna there, she's gonna get nuked completely. Like 3 flanks open, well, at least 2 flanks open. Not sure if she's not. It's not worth like probably not even playing Valna yet. Just playing the archer.
Yeah, I
Then the
agree.
archer without discards is really not well. At least with Holy Judgment, will be attacking for 3.
Yeah, it sucks not to like
So
hit with Valna, but yeah, like this, you
yeah,
think?
but the thing is, attacking for 3 and then getting her attacked with a seeker on a side and
No,
on
I agree. It's
Salendar on the
bad.
other, like she can just die that turn and just attacking for 3. Like that would be game over. Spending 5 magic for that.
We could just not play the
So
archer as well. I would consider that.
well, we
But
could play the archer for and move it to the side. Like attack the ranger from the side. He's going to be attacking for 3 at least because of the Holy Judgment. So there's between that and the priest, a better chance. And we want the priest to block the way to our front gate to try to take it back. So that move
yeah,
is important there.
yeah. We could
But
even three for
instead
three
of there,
this and then yeah.
we
Uh-huh.
can do the archer on the right. Like yeah, like move one up, but also to the right into F. Yeah, C D F, and that way, at least like they cannot just nuke it with Cylinder from the back.
I see. Okay. Yeah,
I mean, they
makes
can
sense.
still do the Seeker, but now they need a 3 for 3, and we have a better chance of surviving.
Yeah, it ruins our chances of going at the mage if we three for three this, but it's fine. Like if the temple priest three for three
Sorry.
the sage ranger, we could go at the mage with the archer. And we
Oh,
might
you were
even draw
thinking? Oh, yeah,
cards.
yeah, yeah. Of course, actually, that's true. Like we have +1 on the priest. I was thinking, no, yeah, you're totally right. I was just thinking about like 2 attack on that dude. But yeah,
Yeah.
with 3 attack, yeah, that's better because that way we have a chance of at least bringing the other guy down. So yeah, let's go ahead. Let's do that.
Tell me where the gate's going.
So gate would be all the way to the left, right? Like a third row all the way to the left would be just to give us more coverage in the field.
Yep.
And the other
All right.
side is already taken over, so we wouldn't be able, like they would take over the front of the gate if we try to do that one.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I will do attacks. I'll do paladin first.
Okay. So Paladin.
Okay. Well, didn't yeah, I mean I guess not finishing off is pretty bad. But we do draw 2 cards. Let's see. Okay. I guess
Okay. So then the priest.
priest on the sage
Wait, the
ranger still.
priest. I guess yeah, the Sage Ranger. Dude, the thing is, if we leave that one, no, we would need to finish off the.
We need to finish off the mage.
Like
Yeah.
I wanted to recover the position, but if we don't finish off that thing, like they're just gonna bounce it. They have 3,
Yeah.
and they with and they, I mean, we're gonna bounce it. So yeah, like
The
we let's
other
finish
gun
it off.
Vexer.
Otherwise,
Um, why don't we
like
do
they
the
denied the
archer attack
magic.
first then? Yeah. Let's
Yeah,
do
so
the
the
archer
archer,
attack
you
on the
can do
sage ranger.
the
Make
archer,
sure that
and
hits.
they would just wait.
Oh my
Oh, you're
fucking god.
discarding both.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, sorry. I just well, yeah, no, actually I don't I was just doing that for fun. Yeah. Would you discard both? Yeah, what
No,
would you do?
Dude, the archers, what the hell happens with that? So yeah, like we would want to get like improve the chances of clearing that position. So yeah, let's discard both units because this is the perfect opportunity to get that back. So let's roll 5.
Um, we can fudge the dice if you want to give
And
Vanguard the chance
yeah, go
here.
ahead and roll 5 again. Like that was a no. That was the right roll. Like that's the only chance they're gonna, only way they're gonna
Uh,
even have a game.
yeah, that was
Okay,
that was
magic.
ridiculous. All right, and now priest can finish off the Shadow
That's it.
Mage. Yeah, it's fine. I'm just instinctively like, oh yeah,
Well,
of
early.
course we're discarding everything maximum. Oh yeah, that's funny. Just barely. Okay, well this
Okay,
is
so
magic. We've finally gotten
yeah,
the
with all
spot
this
back. Only
magic,
took us
like
like 4 turns.
we might be able to come back from the situation, so it's okay.
Okay, good stuff. Unfortunately, a seeker can just grab this spot because they're OP as fuck.
Okay, so think about the secret turn. I'll be back in a minute. Just a sec.
Okay. Yeah, take your time. This is a little bit tough because like, have we not drawn a Shadow Knight? We've not drawn a Shadow Knight. Hell. Um, I don't really want to into darkness that paladin, but I would. Maybe. Cylinder should hit that Citadel Archer. I think Vexer's right about that. Onyx Tome, another Seeker? Feels pretty stupid. Just to hit.
All right, let's see. How did the turn go? What or did you already?
Yeah, I'm still I'm struggling here because we don't have. So yeah, so I'm thinking Seeker goes here. Problem is like, what do we do about this gate spot? We could Onyx Tome another unit. I kind of hate to give them this gate spot. Maybe we just do give them that gate spot. We could Onyx Tome another Seeker.
Well, the seeker, yeah, like the seeker can just take it over. We could bounce the paladin. Like we have two into the darkness, so we have to bounce something.
You think we should bounce it? It's unfortunate though because I would rather have Cylinder attack the Citadel Archer than move to the side to bounce. But that's fine.
Oh yeah, yeah, no, like cylinder can. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Try to have. Yeah, definitely. That's some like we can. Well, we don't have to bounce it right now. It's not like. So
Yeah,
yeah, then would be
it's a little awkward.
cylinder attacks the guy. Oh, we don't have.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
it's
so let's use Onyx Tome on one of the seekers. We can attack for 3
and
on one of the seekers,
get another
and
Seeker.
then yeah, let's get another seeker. And that way, the Citadel Paladin gets attacked for 3. The priest gets finished off, and then you like take the center with
Yeah,
the one that has full health, and then the one with 1 health, you just bounce it. So
yeah. So
yeah,
I say,
no need to even do that. Like, well, it's the same. Like it makes it up. Like that guy is just gonna the boost it gives you is the one that you're gonna use. So you can just bounce it and
oh, I see. You're not even gonna have it. I was thinking we attack with it before we bounce it.
yeah, yeah. Like you attack, but
Yeah,
the thing is, you don't need to mark the damage and all that stuff. Like you know you're gonna boost it, and the boost you're gonna use are the ones that it just gave you.
yeah.
No, I was just saying like don't even mark it on the on Celundar and then this guy like we just know
Oh,
he's gonna
that's
go back.
funny.
But you already
I
did it. Yeah, you already did it.
I
Yeah,
might still see people can follow along and whatnot. But yeah, the Shadow Mage. I don't know. Do we like move it to there? I mean, I sort of hate doing those silly plays. We need to do something to get Cylinder here.
well,
Move it here
you
as
would put
well.
it on the front or back, right? Just to
Yeah.
farm the boost.
I would
So
do back.
I
But
mean, think about it. 1, 2, 3. Like if you do the front, he's outside of the range of any like melee unit, outside of the range of Sarah. So
you think that's fine.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
the front is good. But the thing
Right.
is, you know what? Like the front, we might want it for like a melee attack later. Like it's not like we're gonna send the mage forward, right? Like it's not like we would be doing that. So maybe just put it on the back.
Okay.
Otherwise,
Did
like
I
we
have?
wouldn't be able to summon a seeker afterwards
That's
to
true.
attack
That's true.
whatever they
Yeah.
bring,
I think you're
and
right.
the mage would be a waste to send him. Like the mage we wanted on the lanes that the range would be relevant.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right,
Looks good.
so yeah, so let's
Uh,
wipe out the board.
let's do yeah. So I'm glad to see that you're willing to spend Onyx tomes to just like reclaim units because a lot of times I'll do that.
Oh
If I
yeah,
just
yeah, all
need to
the
spend
time.
an Onyx tome, I'll do it.
Most of the time, I use it for seekers. Just
Interesting. Because I feel like there's this idea that you're always using it for like crazy assassination turns and stuff.
no, that's at the
Um,
end. Like right once I have the assassination, but otherwise, seeker is my main target. Okay, so what happened on the
okay.
roll?
Cylinder missed. Good job.
Okay, just one.
Skill issue. I'm gonna do Seeker on the. I'm gonna do this Seeker on the Temple Priest. One in the back. We got it. Get me up to there. The Seeker is going to attack the Paladin. Hits it for 3. We'll shimmy to the side and then bounce it.
Okay, you added the magic.
I added the magic for killing this guy, I believe.
Okay.
Um, and yeah, discards. I mean, I think we're holding these into darkness, so I think just that. That's what I do. Happy
All
with that?
right. Yeah, yeah. Like in this matchup, like yeah, she's not good, so that would be the way to go there.
Renewed hope. Let's get it, please. No. All right.
Okay, so well, at least we got a couple more units. So let's see. This is a moment that they will need to push
Sorry.
forward, and well, we got the archer. So, oh wait, you know what? No, like, would you bounce the seeker? Like, wouldn't it make sense to just use the seeker to protect Cylinder,
Hmm.
even if it
Yeah,
has one life?
that could be worth it.
Like, that's what you would do, right? Like, otherwise, you're exposing him
Yeah.
to like a 5/6 attack.
Yeah, I don't think about those plays a whole lot. Yeah, sure, let's do that.
So it will be right in front of the archer with that thing right there, and with 2 damage. And then you can return the boost to
Good
yeah.
stuff.
All
Okie
right,
dokie.
so let's see. What do we have? I think it's a moment for Valna to shine.
I agree. Question is how.
Well, Sarah might also be able to do so. Well, no, it's really, man, in this matchup, it's really hard to have like a safe position with Sarah. I
Yeah.
don't think we can attack with her right now, right? Like, doesn't seem like we would
Um,
have.
I agree. We do have one more turn of Holy Judgment as well.
Like with 6 boosts, we would pretty much be exposed to like 8 ranged or something like that, or 7 ranged,
Yeah.
and it's not worth it at this point. So let's see. We how many moves? The moves might be complicated here. We can take now the front of their gate.
Yeah.
Then Balna could be the second one. And then we could move forward with. Oh, actually, we don't have enough magic
Ooh.
for.
Yeah, what if the
Well,
Paladin moves here to kill the True Seeker? Citadel Archer will shoot this, and a Knight is the one that moves to occupy the gate, and Valna is the one that moves to where the Paladin is right now.
oh yeah, you mean Paladin killing the Seeker, right?
Um, yeah, Paladin killing the 2 health Seeker, so we can hit Cylinder.
Yeah, that's exactly that's the way to go. So let's see, it would be 1, 2, 3, and that's a 4 attack on that guy. But we don't have enough magic for.
We
We have
started at
8 magic.
we started at 8.
Yeah.
What's the problem?
So we started at 8, and oh yeah, it's only those two. That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
Like the
no,
Paladin
we're
is over
chilling.
there. So
This
yeah,
is
we're
great.
good. So yeah, that's a solid play. So that guy to the right, Knight all the way up, and then Valna. And that way, there's only one flank open for Valna. So that's actually perfect.
Yeah,
And
gate.
okay, let's see the gate. Boy, where do we put that gate?
Yeah.
It is. I mean, we don't want it to be in range of like a mage coming in and just blocking that spot there, probably, right? Like, so we might do second row on the right.
Yeah.
That way, at least
Yeah.
we have a better reach there. Yeah. Okay.
Would you ever just discard it?
No, not right now because
We need to
it
put pressure.
does help us out have like a little bit of coverage on the right side.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think it gives us more value being there on the field than just with the one magic that it would get us.
Yeah. All right. Let's start with the satisfying attack. Valna. That is 5 dice on that seeker. Oh baby.
Yeah, like that's
It's
exactly that's
Valna's great. I'm telling you. 5 cost
for
Valna. Super good. All right. Paladin then is 4. We still have Holy Judgment. So that's 4 dice on that True Seeker. It'd be enough to kill it. And drew 1 card. Ooh, and it's another type of unit. You know what that means. Okay, so we
one
can
magic.
real quick, just so this is, I'm searching my deck right now. So this is everything left in the Vanguard's deck um, for our consideration.
All right, so we would discard everything, right?
Yeah, we're a bit, yeah, we're gonna start to need to attack with Sarah to have magic because like in the deck we have like a Paladin and a Knight, and Jacob is like the only other things we're gonna be playing from our deck.
Oh,
But
really? Really? Yeah.
yeah, so on the right
Uh,
is our deck right now. Paladin, Knight, Jacob, and then a bunch of events and 2 archers and a priest.
Oh, yeah, actually, you know what? Oh, is it worth keeping a knight so that we can start trying to get Sarah involved? So
It
let's
might
keep the
be.
knight. Like that way we know, because you say there's only one knight left?
There's only one knight in the deck left. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, let's keep one. Like we needed to summon it, let's say on the right side so that we can then expose Sarah
Yeah.
and
And we
attack whatever comes
and we still got
there.
two renewed hopes, so we could roll the dice there and just like hope we draw it next turn. We probably will.
I would say
But
right now, like that extra damage is not that relevant. Like not getting the something like that could just completely
yeah.
mess things up. So
Okay. So
let's
we will
just discard.
discard this
By the
and
way,
this. That's
is the judgment still in effect?
it is still in effect. They only killed one unit last turn.
Okay, perfect. So
Unless I
that's
like
three,
totally
four,
messed that
five.
up. Pretty sure they only killed one unit last turn. 3, 4, 5 dice. Yep, yep, yep.
Yeah, it was just the priest. And the
All
other
right,
guy
that's
survived.
3. So this is damage in the corner here, and the other one is boost. I know that's confusing. I'm sorry. um, good stuff. That's a turn.
All right, let's go to the other side. So Valna, you can see here, like this is the usual scenario that I think it's going to be facing most of the time. Like having two Citadel units around, or well, in this case we had three, but it was only because they had whiffed on one of the attacks. Traditionally, it's going to be 4, 5. I don't think it's busted at 5 because it's going to be a hard thing to maintain. It's probably just going to be for one turn.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm with you.
all right, so. And here, I think it's a time to use like the Into the Darkness. So Celandar could go one to the right,
Yeah.
the Mage to the side of the gate to give one boost and finish off that dude.
The Seeker.
And the Seeker,
I mean, we
the
could.
Seeker, well, the thing is, you usually don't want to. Well, you know, how many do they have in the deck? Because Celandar could go. Oh, actually, he needs to be in melee
This
range.
is
So maybe not Celandar and maybe the Seeker.
this is the deck right now. We still haven't drawn a Shadow Knight.
Yeah. So Cylinder can just go to the right, like behind the 10 gate,
Okay.
and that way, and the Seeker that way can attack and then just retreat. As we don't want to keep giving them the Seekers that way. It's like right now, like that
Yeah.
control of the center, I think that battle is
This is
not
where
worth.
hitting. Yeah. Oh, do we refresh the gate? That'd be interesting. Do we spend the other? Do we want to spend the other into darkness to like put the gate somewhere else? We could do that.
Maybe later. Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
later the second one can be used that way. Yes. So
Okay.
then the mage giving one more boost because the seeker, like, would you prefer to take the front gate spot there or just bring him back to safety? At this point, I would
It's
want to
tough.
just use as many seekers as I can, just
I'm with
bouncing and
you.
then using
We only
again
have
and again.
one seeker left in the deck.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't just sacrifice it again. Like I would prefer
Yeah.
to
It's rough because
just like
we are gonna be giving them a lot of tempo. Like that unit is coming down that gate and occupying that spot 100%. But
yeah.
yeah, if we
So did
can't,
you add the boost for the other damage and draw
I
the card?
believe I did not. I can
Okay,
check,
good.
but I don't think so.
Yeah, you hadn't added it. I think I
Um,
had six.
yeah, okay. Anything, and then so into darkness, this Citadel Knight
It'll yeah, back to the hand.
back there for now. Um, and yep, looks good. So,
All right.
Shadow
Um,
Mage attacks for 3 on the Archer. That dies.
what? Oh, Shadow Mage. I thought you said. I
Oh,
thought it was the Seeker. I was like, are you kidding me? Like
if
that's
only. I
not
wish. I
You
wish
know,
that
I
was the
think for
Seeker.
like testing purposes, if I was just like testing power levels, if I suddenly get like this three, like three melee, like a zero, I would just not count that as valid and do it again. Like that's supposed to be like a less than 1% type of roll, which
Yeah,
is not representative of what
that's
you would
fair.
just be getting.
With all things testing considered, we maybe should have just considered drawing a new starting hand for Sarah because we had a terrible starting hand. With
Yeah,
like both
yeah.
mass heals and shit. But that's that. Bounce this Seeker back to our
Yes.
hand. I believe I'm doing magic correctly, hopefully.
Really.
Um, and I guess we can.
The
I mean,
Shadow Pulse won't
we
be
could hold it.
useful in this match.
Yeah, discard
Yeah, yeah,
Lucian.
just describe
Oh,
it. Like, what is it going to really do in this matchup, right? There's no congregation of many units. Like,
yeah.
at
There will be
most, you're
next
going to get
turn.
like,
They're gonna surround
well,
this.
maybe, yeah, like they will have like 2 damage available there, which is really not that game changing.
Yeah. Okay. What are we drawing towards right now? I mean, I guess a Citadel Knight would be like helpful at some point. That's really
More
it. That's
seekers,
the only
really. Like,
thing.
check
We only
this
have
out.
one
Like right
Seeker
now,
left. Yeah.
if they come to the gate to do the like try to go after the gate, it's a good position to bounce the gate afterwards and then attack with Selendar Valna, like
Uh-huh.
attack Valna.
Yeah. Okay, so
I mean,
drop Shadow Pulse.
technically, we could have actually wait. We could have no, we wouldn't want to do it. Like you, like Selendar would be exposed afterwards.
We could
So
have
it's better
blunted
to do
speed.
it next turn after they
I see.
spend their attacks,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like they can try to like finish off the gate, but it's I mean with Valna, who
yeah.
knows how much magic did Vanguard have?
5.
5. Okay, so they can technically get 4 out of her. Man, they might just blow up the gate, but we also have the Onyx Dome, so it wouldn't
Yeah.
be like that catastrophic.
Discard Lucian and Shadow Pulse.
Yeah, like Lucian in this matchup, at this point, it's too late, too little. Like he won't really
Yeah.
be relevant.
We don't
We
need
just want
champions.
performance. Exactly. In this matchup, like you just want seekers and like knights
There's
and
a
stuff
renewed
like
hope.
that.
There's Jacob. Jacob the
Hey,
Menace.
did you do the draw 2 extra? Was that at the beginning of
I
the
did
turn?
not. I did not. Oh, okay, actually, okay, don't look at this. This is not correct. All right, let me just hit undo because that. Wait, no, this is correct. Never mind. Ignore me because I was thinking this other
Oh,
unit is also in our hand, but that happened after the 5. So yeah, wow, this is our hand for realsies. We have 8 cards.
8? Why do we have 8?
Because they bounced the knight.
Oh, the bounce knight, of course. Yes. Okay. So let's see. In here, this is where having the archer shines, right? Like in the normal game, like you would have nothing to attack. Like you wouldn't be able to do anything. Now, at least with the archer there, it opens some possibilities. I mean, the fact that Sarah, we haven't really used her.
Yeah.
Um,
So let me.
at least the
What's
deck.
left in our deck is Holy Judgment, Renewed Hope, Archer, and Priest. So we gotta be
Oh, man.
careful to manage our magic at this point as well.
Well, we let's see how many cards we have in hand that are useless. Only the extra. What do we
Jacob.
have? I guess Jacob at this point, yeah, he wouldn't really be the
I
best
mean, we
play.
could play Jacob instead of the Archer. Like, if you were considering just having the Archer just hit for like 2, no, it's bad.
Well, no, the archer we could still with the archer discard Jacob at least, and then we still have coming another archer, another priest, which we can discard. So one more archer could be
Yeah.
something useful.
Okay.
I mean, there's a
Um.
chance of blowing up the gate. The archer attacking for 4 gives us like a 60% odds or 55 or something. That could be an option. I mean, what else can we do? We could, well, technically, we could try to go. How close? No, like we could only give her +1. Thinking like going 6 or like 5 out of 6 on the main gate would blow it up, and the
Yeah.
archer could blow up the other one and just leave them without anything to summon next turn. That could actually
That
be
that would be winning.
uh
It
like
sucks that
play that
Valna is
could
gonna
get them in
hit. Yeah. It sucks that Valna gets
three,
hit for
6.
5, but whatever.
Yeah, but other than that, I mean, she can get hit for 5 one way or another, really. Assuming, well, it's not far fetched to think that they can bounce their gates. They already use 1, but other than that, like Valna wouldn't do much. and she would be exposed on one flank, potentially
Yeah.
two. Like, think about it. Like, if you take away both of their gates, what are the odds on that? That might be the play. Like, let's see
Yeah,
let's do the
I'm uh
calculator. It's 5 out of 6 on one side, I believe.
uh-huh.
Right? It's with we have a paladin. Yeah. So with a paladin, we have 6 melee there. So that's 74%. And then with the archer, we could actually discard one extra to do. Well, we would have to discard at least 2 for him to be relevant. So
Yeah.
that would be the Jacob and the knight, which we have multiple knights. And that would be 4. So
Yeah, that
that's a 60%, 59 of leaving them without gates next turn. So, I mean, this matchup, that might be worthwhile. Like, that might be the way to win, in which they don't really have like a gate. I mean, they
yeah.
usually are able to return it, but that's like an extra turn. Well, not really. They can return it that same turn. I don't know. What do you think? What play were you considering?
Um let me think, like, what is there is there another viable play really?
Well,
Um
it's not worth attacking the mage with the archer,
yeah, I
right? Like, you're
agree.
not gonna kill it. It's so it's just gonna get bounced.
I mean, we
And
could
then,
just try to move up, like with Sarah, like move Sarah 2 spaces up, move like a citadel. I'll just show, like, I don't know, just end turn with like this or something, and just like I don't know. They're gonna rip that apart a little bit, but that's an option.
yeah, that might be like a better approach of taking it easy. Because the other one, like, you're really committing a lot of resources to something that, first of
Could
all, it's not even
You could
super
totally lose.
certain.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, it's not a high probability, and then like you're gonna get punished. So protecting Balna might be worth more in the situation. So yeah, just put the knight in the front there,
Okay.
and
Other night as well.
I guess, yeah, right, because we wouldn't want to leave. Well, like, she wouldn't really have both flanks open without a punishment. The knight, like, they have to go through engage, but the thing is, they don't care with the seekers. So it would probably make sense to protect one flank, but
Put it like
probably which
there.
one? The one with the gate, I guess. Right? Like, we wouldn't want them to again take the front of the gate. Although at this point, it's not. Not sure if it's such a big deal.
Um. Yeah.
Yeah, and I like it more like where you put that knight, because that way it's not that easy for them to punish it with Salendar. Like, if they want to attack it, they need to come
Yeah.
forward, so it's
And
harder
then
for them to.
move Sarah there.
Yeah, and then that way we're trying to then just jump with Sarah like forward and put a forward gate and start trying to put pressure.
Yeah. And I'm
So
guessing oh, you would just do the gate because we have both renewed hopes in deck. I would consider discarding the gate and just hoping that that'll be enough. The two renewed hope.
mm. Well, I was thinking of using it as an extra way of putting pressure.
Uh,
Like, when you go forward and then just put a front side gate, and then they also need to worry about that side gate and the other
okay.
unit.
Yeah,
So
sure, let's do it.
okay, so yeah,
Um
let's do that. And then at the end of the turn, we would just discard Jacob and the archer. It's too late for the archer at this point, so we just need the
yeah,
magic to.
sounds good. All right, so just two on the gate then.
Yeah.
And Jacob is gone. Archer is gone. Yeah, and there's a world where we didn't even need to protect this flank. Like, what are they? I mean, we kind of, yeah. I mean, I guess we should play around double seeker, but yeah,
Yeah, you always have to consider that. And the Valna, like, you wouldn't want her to get like a double seeker and then they just bounce it.
yeah. Okay.
That would definitely be painful. I mean, at this point, the other only option was to just have her, well, yeah, retreat. The thing with Selendar back there, like, he's such a threat. Like, attacking for 5 on the summoner, it's pretty brutal. So you don't want to give
Yeah.
them like free shots, right, at your champ.
Yeah. Okay. Next turn.
Okay.
Right. So we did draw the other seeker. Good thing we played around that, I guess. We're probably bouncing the gate this turn.
Yeah. So going 1 back with Cylinder to attack for 5. Well, actually,
yeah.
when let's see, when the effect of this thing, yeah. So he can go 1 back, bounce the gate, attack the seeker for 5, and then he would be exposed. Actually, he doesn't even need to be exposed to that dude. Like one of the seekers goes all the way to Valna, the other seeker attacks the knight, and that way the knight is probably going to die, so you won't be left exposed to any melee attack from it. So yeah, that guy all the way up.
I want to do this one because
So
then it takes 2 damage.
yes,
Oh
that's
no, it'll
but
kill it. It'll
no,
kill
but
itself.
Cylinder,
You're right.
yeah, actually, yes. So it would just be that one goes to the first knight. The other one goes to that one. So that one already had 1 damage dealt to it, but it didn't give us a boost.
Yep.
And now 1 back for Cylinder. Okay. So
Looks
now
good.
we bounce the gate.
Cool.
So
And
okay, and where do we put it? On the side, probably on E2. What do you think of E2?
yeah, I always struggle with these. So here, I mean, our other options, if it's too far forward, it's easily occupied. If it's over
It would be pick.
here, it's easily
It's
occupied.
also, yeah. So that's why I
Uh,
chose that one. Like it cannot be occupied by any
yeah,
other units
I'm good with
walking
it.
into it.
Let's
And
do it.
it gives us coverage to the center and to the right side.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you would first attack with the one that goes to
You know,
Valna.
actually, okay, this is nitpicking, but hypothetical, it's a little bit more risk. But if we did it the other way with this seeker here and this one here, hypothetically, if as long as we kill this knight, no, it's the same thing. What am I? Yeah, no, as
It's the
long as we
same.
kill
Like,
that knight, then would
yeah, like
this one would get 1
why
boost for us. Yeah, okay.
exactly. Like the other one
Nitpicking,
wouldn't be able to
nitpicking.
give you an extra boost because he would die on the way back after the second one.
Well,
So
we could kill the knight, so it might not die, but yeah, let's just do this.
okay, so then the Valna attack. Wait, so first no,
Wait,
like not that one because you can kill the knight as you say. So first
yeah,
is Valna
yeah,
to
you're
make
right,
sure
you're right,
that
you're
you
right.
get the boost on that guy and bounce it.
Goodness, that dice is
Okay, what the
cocked.
hell? They can be on top of each other. That's funny.
Cool. Yeah, it's like you have 1 job in the digital implementation. Okay, and then
All
cylinder
right, so
attacks. I guess
you
if
okay?
we
So
5 for 5, that's pretty bad. Oh
we
yeah,
get
sorry.
1 more
Put this
boost. Yeah,
back.
so we get 1 more boost, and then we lose 2 and bounce it.
Good.
Okay, now the other seeker.
Oh, you do the other. We're not trying to protect cylinder here. We're just exposing him.
No, well, like the way we protect Cylinder is the fact that they cannot reach him.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
So the only way they can do that would be by exposing Sarah. So I wasn't that concerned. Like I don't want to sacrifice any seekers right now. Like right now, the
Yeah.
seeker is what's gonna win the game for you, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah. Gotcha.
Like
Okay.
just abusing the seekers.
Killed that as well.
So it gives us 1 more boost to 5, and
Uh,
then we lose 2
I don't think
boosts
it
when.
did. Oh yeah, it did. You're right. You're right. You're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, when it
Then it
went
goes
back
down to
1,
3,
then.
and yep. All right. Let's see what's in our
So
deck
in
real
here,
quick. Yeah.
like we're not that concerned about the archers anymore because they only have like 4 cards in hand or something like that, right? Like I wouldn't be terrified about like a big archer attack.
Yeah.
So they can come forward with Sarah, but then that's just 3, and then like Sarah either gets exposed or they have to use the thing, this renewed hope, to protect her, but then they put something in front and that something doesn't do anything and
Yeah.
it's exposed to the side. So I think this is a good position to be in. Like they don't really have targets, good
Yeah.
targets. Yeah.
Guess we hold the mage. I
Let's see
wouldn't
what
always.
you have. So
We
we have 6 magic. Like there's no reason to discard right now. Like
yeah,
we have
that's what I'm thinking too.
Onyx, we have 2 True Seekers, we have a mage, and we're gonna draw one. Like I don't think there's a reason to discard the mage,
Yep. All right. Which
especially
size?
because there's no other like cards that like we already have the 2 Seekers, and like a ranger would be worse.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think this might be the my last turn. I'm gonna go grab dinner after this one.
Okay. Sounds good.
Man, playing this thing, it's a little bit of a, even though you already like mastered moving around and moving everything, it's a little bit of a hassle. Like it's a lot of passion to be able to deal through all this hassle in this game. Like
Yeah.
playing it this
I'm
way with a tabletop simulator, that's what I mean though.
yeah, yeah. I'm used to the physical edition, so I kind of enjoy it.
Yeah.
Um Okie
All
dokie.
right. Let's see.
Renewed hope
So
could pop off here.
yeah, I guess like Valna, like she cannot really attack anything. Maybe she can move forward and to the left flank. And then what else can we even do?
I mean, we can renewed hope and
Oh,
go two spaces forward with Sarah, who are exposed
we have
to.
Holy Judgment. I mean, we could really just go all in aggro, like
Yeah,
move Sarah, attack Selundar, play then the archer, attack with the archer, because the archer will attack for 3 at least, even without discarding anything. So it's
and-
not horrible just to be able to even use the attacks. Other than that, just because of the range problems, we don't have any way of getting the 3 attacks.
yeah,
Or wait, no, we actually can. Renewed hope in the move phase. We can actually do
yeah.
that.
Well, does
I mean,
that?
yeah, like those guys, like I don't know how they didn't see that coming. It was obvious that we were gonna have that. Like those guys really suck playing the Shadow Elves.
What playing renewed hope as Shadow Elves? What are you
I'm
saying?
joking. I was just saying like the like yeah the opponent like the Shadow Elves players like they suck. Like they made a bad move. They gave
Yeah,
it
no, they
this sauce.
gotta think. Like clearly, it hasn't been renewed hope this entire time. Don't know why they're not
Yeah,
playing
so I
around
think
that.
from that perspective, it was obvious that renewed hope was coming. So maybe the second seeker, it's something that, as you were saying, like you would actually use it to put it in front of Valna, right?
Yeah.
Like it would make sense, right? So I guess we could just roll that back if we wanted to be, because it's obvious that renewed
Okay.
hope is
Yeah. Sure.
coming. They don't have any deck left, and they haven't played it. No one would discard that card. It's like the best card. So
So
like the
5.
seeker like you
Yeah.
can slow them down that way and put it in front. Otherwise, it's obvious that Sarah is coming forward, and then they're gonna renewed hope. But actually, she's coming
Uh,
forward, renewed hope, and then just move a paladin to hit you in the face.
yeah. Um. Okay. Is this? I guess this is just what it looks like then.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
That's
as it
that
well.
with yeah without damage. Like that's how it would make sense for the play
Yeah.
to go, just to give you some space there. And
Sounds good. Okay. Yeah. Well, that changes things, unfortunately for us.
yeah, all right. So now let's see what she can do.
There's still a world where we do like this renewed hope to summon something to then move up to here. Like that's an
Yeah,
option.
that's what I was thinking. And
I'll,
then,
I'll roll it back though,
but
so we
let's
can
think
see.
about this. Like, what else should we like? Valna on the right side would be terribly exposed to just getting killed next turn, and we
True.
want to keep her as much as we can. So we only have right now 2 magic. So okay, so we play renewed hope, and then what else can we play that it's worthwhile? Then we move Valna, but if we move it to the left, then we cannot play the knight the way we want it.
Yeah,
But the thing with the
exactly.
knight is that it's not even protecting us from ranged attacks. It's only covering okay, not even
I
melee.
mean,
Okay, we can cover melee with the other knight,
yeah. I mean,
but we don't have enough moves because we need to get Valna out of the way.
here could be
Probably.
the thing about exposing Valna. Like, if we end turn with Valna here a knight here and a knight where the True Seeker is, like sure they can focus Valna, but at least we have the other units to follow up with. So that's an option.
Yeah, I mean, the right side is also exposed to a ranged unit. We're still at full life, so the assassination is not like
Oh,
a
that's true. I mean,
massive concern.
yeah, that does suck. You're right.
Mm.
um, oh, why do we have 6 cards in hand right now? Did I fuck something up? Oh no, I see. Yes. Wait, did I fuck something up? That
We
doesn't make.
draw 2 at the beginning of the turn thing
Yeah, but why
with
would we have
Valna.
6? I think I might have messed this up. Because we should be at
Because you
7.
already played Renewed Hope. You already
Ah,
played it.
yes. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll let you think about it. It's tough.
I mean, actually, there's maybe no reason to rush like forward, and like the knight could go up to the side of the seeker. Valna could go behind the knight, and Sarah could go one back to be in a
And
safe spot.
don't play Renewed Hope.
Yeah, no need for Renewed Hope if we do this, and that way we can just get at least the activation and get the kill on the seeker. Like those are premium targets, like they can, and they already only have one left. And yeah, like this might be the safe bet, because the other ones, like it's really not worth the Renewed Hope for what we would be doing, like just occupying the front gate and not even having Sarah protected and having Valna completely vulnerable. That doesn't really sound like something worth it. But this, I mean, Sarah is safe, and they have to come forward to even deal with that knight. So
Yeah.
Stellundar doesn't have any good targets. This is probably the best play here.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Do you think we still need to advance at some point, like in a future turn? We'll try to with the
Yeah.
Renewed Hope.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to try to keep the pressure. How many cards does the Shadow Elves have left?
11.
11. Oh, jeez. Well, we have many. 11 plus 5 in hand. 16.
Yes, and they also haven't played a Shadow Knight yet.
Okay. Well, at this point, it's trying to like bring back the economic thing. So any safe shot, like we just want to try to have safe shots for Sarah
Yeah. Okay.
and keep her safe, because this guys can still deal a lot of damage. So
Well, let's do it then.
uh,
Sarah hits for 1. Knight misses. Do you want to fudge that?
a
I mean,
knight attack for 3. It was an attack for 2, right?
yeah, I did
So,
attack. Yeah, no,
yeah, go
it
ahead,
was
bro. You
this.
can roll again. That was
Yeah, okay.
like you roll again
We're,
with 2.
what do you look at that? We killed it. First try.
I mean, the odds were really like this thing. I would worry about. Like if the odds were like 80 above, I would just say like, yeah, they get the kill. That would be the best way to
I mean,
maybe
with
test. Like just like if you're putting like an over 80% shot, just consider it like okay, something that happened to remove some
yeah,
of the unusual luck type of thing.
yeah, that's fair. Though, like some, I don't know. I don't want to. We could end up skewing something that we're not thinking of because sometimes playing around bad odds is an important part. Because like 3 ranged and 2 melee on a 3 health unit, like that is that. Like I don't know what the odds are, but yeah, that's got to be at
Yeah,
least 20% to miss.
because the idea is that if you repeat the matchup like enough times, like those type of
It'll even
kills you're
out.
going to be getting. So for example, that one is an 88% chance.
Okay, yeah. I mean that is a
Right.
lot.
So in
You
theory,
got me.
like if we play like 100 matches with this thing, like what's killing that thing is what's supposed to be happening 9 out of 10 times, right? In theory,
Yeah,
like in the odds theory of the odds, which is, I swear, like I feel like every time I'm supposed to have over 80%, I feel like it fails more than
yeah,
doesn't, but it's
yeah,
probably just perception.
yeah,
So really, like doing those type of things might be a better way to test, like when you're just trying to get like raw power. But that's a testing methodology. That's
yeah,
another thing, really, another
yeah,
conversation. Like to really be able to test these things like we're doing with this, it would definitely have to be physical to be able to do it in a timely manner, because we you need to be playing like 10 games literally, and if we're just sitting just playing fast like we were playing last time on the game we were doing with Mountain Varga, the Savannah Elves,
Yeah.
right? Like we played that game in 15-20 minutes, I believe. So imagine if you could play them just like that physically, just for testing. Like you could do get some really good information if you remove the extreme chance events.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
All
that
right,
that could
so
be
yeah, I
interesting.
think this is the best play, and then we just bring. I think it's just night time, right? At the end of the game, really, you just bring knights, and we already have a
Yeah.
paladin in case we need it. So
Need discards? I feel like we probably just hold
not really
this.
at this point,
Yeah.
right? Like, well, at this point,
No
we
point.
want to keep our options open.
Yeah. Do you want, so I could save this game and we could try to finish it later. But if you're sick of it as well, we can just call it. Up to you.
Yeah, I mean, I would say just continue it and let me know how it goes. Like at the end, I don't think right now that it's like over for Vanguard. They managed to kind of get into the game a bit. Sarah's still at 12. So if you feel like continuing it yourself right now or later, let me know how it goes. And but
Okay.
yeah, man, it's a bit rough playing in this app.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. Well, I think it's got to be rough for you too. Just having to play over, like telling me what to do.
Yeah,
Gotta be
that's okay.
annoying.
I prefer this than having to deal with this myself because until you
Yeah,
get used to the GUI, like to the user interface, it's probably painful. Like this would take like double the amount of time if I was trying to figure out how to do all the shortcuts that you're probably using and all that stuff. So
yeah, yeah,
uh yeah, but even by doing it the way you're doing it, I wouldn't be into playing this way. This way, it's just too big of a hassle for it to feel like to me that it would be worthwhile. Like I would just
yeah,
get tired of it.
yeah.
You know, at
Sounds
that
good.
point, it would probably be. Have you seen those things in which you just put in like a mobile with a thing that is holding it on the top view of like two people are just sitting on a real table with the real cards and are just seeing what the other guy is doing? But not sure if for Summoner Wars that would be something. I think that one would be hard for Summoner Wars. I've seen it for Magic the Gathering. They have this app. Have you seen that thing?
I have not. No.
So pretty much you Magic it's easier because each side just has their own thing and you don't really need to have the board with everything. So it's just like in your mobile you have this app and then you just buy like something to hold it above you. So it's just recording like what you have on your side and
I
then the
see.
opponent is doing the same thing. So you're looking at a monitor that's showing you what they have on their side like the video and that way you're just playing with someone. But yeah, for Summoner Wars you wouldn't be able to do that because it's a shared board. So wouldn't
Yeah,
apply.
yeah.
But yeah,
Sounds
yeah. So
good.
those are the limitations of the remote play.
Yeah,
Hopefully, I mean, the dream is still a future with Steam mods in which we're able to use the app, but with the modified cards. That's the dream.
yeah. Well, sounds good. Any closing thoughts? If we do it again, we could save off closing thoughts and if you have to run. I think we'd probably need more testing for you to get a feel for how you'd want to balance the deck. Unless you feel like you have
Yeah,
a
and
good
I
sense
just
now. Yeah,
closing thought. Like right now, what I saw from the archers seemed valuable, right? Like it didn't seem like a card that was useless. Having three
yeah,
health allowed it to survive like the instances where you were only exposing one flank. So you had like almost like 40 something percent chance most of the times, I would guess. If
yeah,
they're doing ranged, it's even more. Like you have like 60, 60, 70% of him surviving. So seems like a valuable card. Most of the times, the Vanguard are not going to be hiding. Like they're not going to be having to retreat because it's hard to rush into the Vanguard. Most of the people are just trying to like build distance. So the archer is going to be used in similar situations like what we were doing right now. But for
yeah,
example, in these scenarios, like when they just do this at the beginning of the game, like the factions that have their starting gate on the second row, and you cannot even like hit them, right? Like the Savannah Elves or things like that break theirs. Like the archer opens up the door to be able to do something and be able to kill something. So definitely seems like something that would be useful, allow you to not feel like you have no chance in those scenarios where Their gate is all the way back, and they have good range units, and they seem okay at three health. So if the other changes are happening too, as you were saying, like if this guy was 4 health, maybe mass heal would be overkill at 0. But if he's just 3 health, mass heal makes sense. Seems like it makes sense at 0, and might be a good balance so that they don't have like a very strong range unit, because they're not supposed to be a range faction, right? Like they're supposed to be a close
Yeah.
combat faction.
Yeah.
So it seems like the 3 health might be a good balance, and this way it also gives them one more, let's call, not really like assassination trick, in the perspective that you would be able to combo it with renewed hope, do the play
Uh-huh.
with Sarah, attack with Sarah in a ranged way, then play the Citadel Archer, and then attack with the Archer for 6 or something like
Yeah.
that, right?
Yeah.
Like do a big turn in which you return something and then just drop your whole hand. That many times can be like an assassination type of play, which is something that they barely have right now. So this would give them another better tool for that.
Yeah.
So I would say let me know how it goes. Like try to play a few games with them this way, but this might be like a sweet spot for this deck to be A tier.
Yeah. Do you still have interest in testing the one cost 1/3? Um, how are you feeling about that now?
Probably not, because at the end of the day, like the one ranged, like I think with this way, he might be used more likely just for having a mid shield. But think about it, like why would this deck want a mid shield if they have the knights? I think you mentioned this once, right? Like
Yeah.
at that point, like you might just really invest in the extra magic to get a better mid shield that has engage, that has protect. So if you're not using it for the attack value, they might be worthless. Like my guess is with just like one range at 3, you might just not even want to play them at all, because in all the situations that we were considering the archer right now during this game, we
Yeah.
were really needing the attack. Like the attack value was important because we really needed to get ranged kills. And at one attack, my guess is many times you won't even be able to get that. So it would miss the purpose of him. So at 3, he wouldn't even be the best mid shield. Like for him to be a good mid shield, he would need 4 health, right? That's the usual value for mid shields.
Yeah.
So 1-3, probably not. Like I would just stick with 2-3. I think you're right
Yeah.
on that one. Like that's a better value for him to be a relevant attack unit and still not too fragile, but not too much for a deck or type of range unit which would be restrictive, and that way it wouldn't need to a change in the ability, which it's something that it's harder for them to do. I doubt like they would even want to get into coding for
Yeah.
an older faction with all the stuff they have. But if it's really just a change in stats, it's a trivial thing to do, would be my guess on the back end coding.
Yeah. 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 And then yeah, I'm with you. I think they would work, but they just don't really fill a role. The one cost 1/3s, just because like, but because you're hitting for average of 3 attack instead of 4, you're more using them to like clean up 2 health units that like are exposed, and like I don't know, like that's just a lot less of a important role than like actually hitting big. With the with
Yeah.
the with the 2 attack. The other option is the 2 cost 2/4, but like you said, that has the text change. If you were allowed to do text change, would you consider this one too? The 2 cost 2/4 max +2, or would you prefer
I
the
would
2/3?
consider it just for testing purposes. Like I would say, like yeah, let's test the two versions, like the one with the limit and the one without the limit.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say that I'm convinced that that would be the way to go. At that point, really, it would be more of the granular details of if it just makes like throws the deck out of balance to the where it wants to be, to the style of play that you want it to be, right? Like if you make a range unit that is like, I wouldn't be that concerned just because of the fact that it's not a unit that you would be able to play all of them. So it shouldn't really change the way you play the deck too much. like a border archer would, right? In which you would just say like, "Hey, I want to play every single archer." If it was like that, the fact that it's less repeatable, it's something that you might just play two, like we did in this game, and then the third
Yeah.
one, it was like, "Yeah, now like I cannot really afford another one." So I think both of them are something that could be tried, but that could only really be done in the like because you would need to test them a lot if they would need to do it in the beta with people testing and multiple
Yeah.
matchups so that you have significant information to get a better feel because it's harder like they're so close that it would be probably harder to get the feel for which one feels better.
Yeah.
So for right now
Definitely.
for the purposes of the near term, I would say it's easier to push for the archer with 3 life just because they don't need to change the ability than
Yeah.
and
Yeah. I'm with
and
you.
like asking for changes, yeah. Like the other errata would be harder to. I mean, it's even hard to get. Like it feels like a dream for changes in commons, right? But at least for purposes of them trying them out, it feels easier for this to be tried out in like the
Yeah.
beta that I believe they do. Right, every time they do errata, I think the last time there were changes, they were probably tested heavily in well not at least tested in the beta stages
Yeah.
so
With the playtesters. Yeah, for sure.
hopefully
Um,
hopefully one day they bring Vanguard for play testing or something like that would be
I would hope
pretty
it'd be great. I'm hopeful for an errata pack at some point. But
yeah
yeah, we'd see whether we
you
get
know
it.
especially because I'm surprised how much people like Vanguard. Like I hear very often,
I
like
know.
you and the Mr. Bagging Shampoo, everyone just loves them. And in the tournaments, there's a ton of people playing them. Like and even though was one of the weakest factions and they end up losing most of the games and stuff like people just keep bringing them in because they just love playing them. So imagine if like at any point they tried something like this in a tournament, like people would just go crazy and play them even more. Like all the people who say like, yeah, I would like to play them, but they're awful. I don't want to lose. Like if you actually try to make them strong, like try to make them A tier, I think like it would be super fun to see games
Yeah.
with all these changes, like really bring them back in the game. Because when they just make a trivial change, like okay, remember when they tested mass heal, and I think that's all they did for the Vanguard
Yeah.
like who's gonna want to play them with such a like insignificant change? It's like a minor thing, right? It won't really change your chances or the way you play it that much. It's gonna be minor. But if
Yeah.
you make significant changes like what you're testing here, I think that will really motivate a lot of people to say, like, hey, I want to play them. I want to see how that plays out because now the deck is gonna feel different.
Yeah.
It's gonna feel like a
Yeah.
different deck at that point, right? Like, it feels like a different, like you're playing a new faction almost.
Yeah, no, and I got it, like, I've played like 4 games or so with this exact setup, as we said. This is fun. I find this deck a lot of fun, exactly as we have it right here. And yeah, I could see 2 cost 2 for max 2 as another option. Like, I think the 2 cost 2 3 is more interesting for gameplay for me because then it's like you want to keep it alive, either with a Citadel Knight or like a Guarding Spirits or something. And I would worry like these could just be like too strong and annoying. It's just big units just sitting in the back hitting for a bunch and then you mass heal them. But I don't know. Yeah, we need
Mhm.
testing. Unfortunately, this game we didn't. We just had to discard both mass heals on this first draw. But I think mass heal really starts to shine, especially with Valna, like early Valna. You see, like you can easily just, especially we were able to do it against Shadow Wolves. So if you can do this against Shadow Wolves, you can do it against any faction of just like positioning Valna so she's not going to die in a turn. That's an easy extra to healing from mass heal. You'll probably get some from commons as well. So buffing Valna, I think buffs mass heal as well. Zero cost mass heal, I think, is very good, which is part of the reason I'm skeptical it might even be too good, which is kind of why I want the archer to like not be overpowered. But yeah, so it's unfortunate we didn't get to see that, but I think zero cost mass heal is very, very good.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be decent, but not so like extremely good. Because remember, one of the rules of this game is, especially when they have ways of healing, is don't leave them just halfway
That's
like
true.
damaged. Like
Yeah.
it's the same thing with the shallow elves. Like imagine if the shallow elves had the ways of healing. Like it wouldn't be super useful because when you know how to play against them, you make sure that you finish off the units. Otherwise, sometimes you don't even attack them. Like in this game, like why would we even attack that guy to bring him to 2 life and then they just bounce it? right? Which is kind of a healing. So that's why you avoid that. Same
Yeah.
thing with against polar dwarves. Like you really try to avoid just like hitting multiple golems at the same time because you don't want them to suddenly get 4 or 5 health on them. So it's the same when I play against even with mass heal at 1. Like sometimes you do that when you're playing against the vanguards. You try to not spread out your attacks too much so that you have like 3 units that are damaged because you know that then you're risking suddenly all of them getting healed. So then you just play around that. So that means that there are less situations in which you're going to be able to get something crazy. Like most of the
Yeah.
time, I think you're going to be getting 3, 4 life,
Yeah.
and because you really need to get in the range of the 2 space. It's hard to get like too much for it to be just busted, and that getting 3, 4 life, I don't think it's problematic in this like for
That's
one card.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah,
And
right. It's already the baseline with transfuse with a smaller condition. So sometimes you're gonna get less, you're gonna get 3. Most of the time, I think 4. Sometimes you're gonna get 5 or 6 if they really miss like killing some of the units. But you're
yeah.
still gonna have to position and get everyone in a certain range, which
Yeah.
might mean
And that
that
takes
maybe you're
skill.
not able to get your 3 attacks.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's also the skill there of trying to set up a board state where they can't kill everything, trying to set up a board state where they can only do like one attack on each unit, which the vanguards are good at, especially with like guarding spirits and stuff. So there's skill there. And Valna lowers the bar too, because Valna is it's an easy unit to play that can't be killed immediately, so it's now easier to get mass heal value. But I see what you're saying. Yeah, it doesn't seem
Mhm.
like the sort of thing that's likely to break the game wide
Yeah.
open. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think it would be like a good event, but still a situational event. So I think it would be the perfect point. Like if it gets to the point that it's so strong that you never discard it, but in many games, I think it's going to be just like what we saw right now, in which we only have like 2 units, and you know that they're not going to survive. So you don't really have a formation that you're going to benefit from it. So you're not going to keep it multiple turns. You're just going to say, "I'm just going to discard it. Too bad." And we didn't hesitate at all. Like we just kept it the first time because we were like, well, we want to try it. But when you're not close to having multiple units or a close formation or something like that, then uh, like it's just not the
Yeah.
situation. You just drop it because it's very likely that the units are just going to keep getting killed and you're going to keep bringing them.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
wish we,
So
yeah, if we ever get the chance to play more games, I think it'd be interesting to reevaluate that because I think like other matchups, it can be a lot easier to hold and get value out of. So it'd be curious to see where that falls. I think it falls a lot closer to wanting to hold it now than it used to. But yeah, all stuff to be tested.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right, man. So yeah,
yeah,
it
thanks
was
so much.
interesting. So let me know how the testing goes afterwards.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll see you later.
Okay. See you later. Bye.
Bye. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. I think I'll take a break really quickly. And by really quickly, I mean it might be like 20 minutes. Not sure because I want to stream for a while tonight. I don't want to. I feel like I maybe won't go all night like I have been. I'm feeling like I'm a little bit done with this. Vexer just leaving me high and dry with this game. Tough to finish off. I have the save state of it, so if I somehow manage to convince him to come back, can I rename this? Okay. I tried to name it correctly and then failed. But that's fine. Um, this is hopefully this is the correct. Okay, it was the Shadow Elf's turn. I mean that should be pretty freaking obvious that it was the Shadow Elf's turn. We'll be able to remember that. Anyway, yeah, okay. I'm gonna take a break for a while. We'll be back. Either finish this game or play a different game. Since Vexer is kind of persuaded not to bother trying the one cost 1/3s, I think I am as well. I was thinking of playing a game with them, but um, yeah, I don't think that is necessary after all. Well, I'm actually just gonna close the stream right away just to highlight that video. All right, I'm gonna start and stop the stream. Stream will be up in another like 5 minutes or so. But well, you know what? Why don't I just turn off the stream and then I will start it up in another like 20 minutes or so. In that case, since I want to go highlight this vid real quick. So yeah, I'll see you guys a little bit. I'm gonna keep streaming.